baby, Andrew Masharia. Growing up, Mom used to say, our grandma said, I'll speak in Kikuyu first, Oge dake dokumareriani mogane. Mogane. And it's true, you know. If you wanted anything from Reriani, you would speak highly of him. Today, we will try and put into words the wonderful man that you are to us and to so many, of your incredible character, your kind nature, your massive heart, the perfect gentleman. We can say for certain that without the shadow of a doubt, our Father loved us. There was never a time that we ever felt insecure of this fact. He was attentive, present, and very nurturing to each and every one of us. I say this without bias. We were blessed with the best father in the world. Our Father chose to see the best in us, and in turn went ahead to invest greatly in us, in our education, sending us to the best schools, local and overseas. Then there were the many endeavors we chose to pursue, be it financial, emotional, or spiritual. He was always there. Like most hot-blooded, independence-seeking young adults, we sometimes veered from this voice of reason. And despite all this, Dad would still be there to advise rather than project judgment. Through the ups and downs, his love was steadfast, and his commitment to our well-being was bigger than anything we could or could not do. This was unconditional love. What an honor to have experienced it. We cannot say thank you enough, and although we're only starting out in our own careers and families, you have put us in good stead for our future. Your sacrifice is not without reward. We shall go ahead and make you proud and try to fill these huge shoes you've left us to fill. These last few days, through the numerous stories we've heard, we found out that you are not just a father to the 5 of us. You are a father to many. So many of you told us how Dad paid for your way through school, or how he helped you get a higher education, gave you your first job, or supported your first business. How our hearts have grown to find that we're surrounded by so many brothers and sisters, all of us brought together by the common bond of a man who truly saw the best in all of us, with great love and kindness. I thank each and every one of you for sharing your stories, and may our Dad's memory shine through your own lives and through your own legacies. Dad was blessed to have his love reciprocated by his wonderful wife, our mother, God's gift to Dad. She has stood by him through good times and the most recent hard ones. So many of you have said that you've never seen a love like this. They were always together, and the warmth of their love and friendship was truly inspiring. As their children, we always had them affectionately call each other mommy or daddy. I can hear Dad yelling, "Where's mommy?" Not that he needed anything, but to be reassured she was never too far. Mom, we know you loved Dad with the love of Christ, that he loves his church with unfailing love, the unending love, the undying kind of love. These last few years have taken its toll, but through it all you held his hand, rubbing his sore legs, nursing him to health over and over again. We remember you taking him to India with your small stature, pushing this big man in a wheelchair. Your small stature was complemented by loving strength. Dad deserved to have this greatest love, and this was his pride and joy. One of my aunties said that some people's lives can be extended just by the sheer magnitude of the love they receive. And we can all attest to this. This is the transformational power of love. And even in his last moments, Mom was by his side, gently patting him, comforting him that it was well. Mom, we can't say thank you enough for all that you've done for our Dad. You're such a great example of what a healthy, happy marriage looks like. Your commitment to our father is something that we shall aspire with our loved ones. Now that Dad is gone, we promise to look after you like you did, protect you like he protected you, and we want to know that we love you with all our hearts. What a woman. We have heard Dad being referred to as the lion of this family. which made us reflect as to what qualities this mild, gentle man, who always had very few words to say, compares to this animal. A paradox, just like water that can cut into a mountain. Dad was relentless. He could take time to listen and understand with great intuition and incredible insight. It made him a trusted friend to many, and after speaking to so many of you this week, we are so humbled that you said Dad was your greatest friend and that you will never meet anyone like him. We are moved by your kind words and pray for your peace for this loss. We have been told in his family he was the peacemaker, the one that tried to unite and bring the family together, the firstborn of a great family. He took this role very seriously, being supportive whenever it was required, always dependable to whoever who needed his help. Like a lion, our father was fearless. He faced life head-on, a wonderful attribute that would shape his life from a very young age. Dad told us of a story when he was 6, during the state of emergency, how he left his mom and siblings for the safety of a nearby town. I wonder what would have gone through this young boy's mind. And maybe just to be brave, we have to face these things to be so. This would later translate to taking risks. Like when he decided to take early retirement at 45, his friends thought he was crazy. A relatively good job, a secure employer, why rock the boat? But he was a man of focus, and when he started a company with our uncle, Honorable Director Gachagua, the business was a success. The risk had paid off. And I remember him mentioning that in 1 year of that business, he earned what he would have earned for the rest of his working life. What courage, how inspiring. Not all risks paid off. When life came with the curveballs, as it sometimes does, his fearlessness turned into faith, and this was his power. They say adversity can bring out the true essence of a man, and this we saw in our dad time after time. When Dad suffered a stroke a few years ago, this relentless fight, coupled by your numerous prayers, kicked in again, and he'd go ahead to recover and go about resuming his active, busy life. It's so telling of how he chose to live his life. It said, it's the set of the sails and not the direction of the wind that determines which way we will go. Even when the wind was strong and against him, he chose to set sail through choosing the right perspective. Maybe that's how he managed to fight so long. God was merciful to grant you these years where you fulfilled your life's work. When Dad got sick recently, we all knew it was nothing too serious. He had had some health concerns, but seemed to manage to bounce back time and time again. After all, he had suffered a stroke and survived. But about 2 months ago, he went to hospital with a case of pneumonia. He was treated and he came home. So when he fell ill a few weeks ago, we didn't think it was going to end the way it went. He had been discharged and been home for a few days. Okay. As a family, we have found comfort in a dream that my sister had a few days before his passing. She dreamt that he had built an incredible house, the most beautiful house she had ever seen. And her and Mom walked around wondering why he had kept it in secret. She said, "Mom, look how much Dad has done without our attention. He did it not out of love and not ego, not seeking any human sacrifice. Through his selfless nature, every life he touched was a brick in that heavenly mansion. And when his work was complete, it was time for his rest. We got confirmation that it was time, even before he went. And this has given us great comfort and knowledge that he is resting in peace. Dad, you lived life according to the greatest commandment, to love our neighbors as ourselves. We are all so much better for knowing you and being with you all these years. Rest well. We love you."
Thank you very much, Beth, Lydia, Martin, Jennifer, and Andrew, for such a beautiful tribute to your father. Once again, we appreciate them. It's now the turn for the grandchildren. There are so many of them, not just these ones written, but on behalf of all of them, we have Taylor. Taylor, please come forward and read a tribute. I ask my assistant to come so that she's a bit taller. Welcome. Let us appreciate the beautiful queen as she comes here to do a tribute to her and for her grandfather. Welcome, Taylor.
Thank you. Hello, I'm Taylor Forbes, daughter of John and Lydia,